All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of
That's what it's all
Ignition
about, baby.
843 The Wire. We're in here with DJ Robi Keit, Will Serious Martin,
Yo, yo.
Big Clean in the building, and you know the one and only Kandi Rain coming at you from Candyland today. We about to get into it with this little Shilo Sanders situation. I want y'all to tune in real quick and let me know what y'all feeling, how y'all feeling about this situation.
It doesn't start at just Shilo Sanders, but it starts with his brother, and it all originates with his father. Their last name being Sanders carries a lot of weight behind it because of who Deion Sanders was and is currently to this day. Now,
Right.
coming into the NFL, Deion Sanders, aka Primetime, he had started earning the name Primetime when he was at Florida State playing college ball. Deion Sanders was a phenom unlike anything anybody has seen before. One of the very few athletes in history that has played two professional sports at the same time at a high level, in which he played Major League Baseball and in the NFL. Was brash, the type of brash. He walked into a meeting before he was drafted, walked into a meeting with, I believe it might have been the Dolphins. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But he walked into a meeting with an NFL team and asked them, hey, what number y'all picking? And when they said, we picking number 11, he walked out. And then they asked him why he walked out. He said, because I ain't going to be there at 11. I'm going to be gone. And so it's unheard of for a recruit or an NFL hopeful to act like that with any team. And so, but Deion backed it up. He went on into the NFL, drafted by the Atlanta Falcons, the great Atlanta Falcons, and went on to win multiple Super Bowls, and one with San Francisco. He won another in Dallas. He played for the Baltimore Ravens, and then retired and is possibly, arguably, the best NFL defensive back that has ever played the game. Fast forward, Deion Sanders' sons grow up, and and the whole time he's coaching football, he takes on a collegiate role at Jackson State and HBCU coaching football. And his son Shilo and his son Shador are there with him playing for their father. Shilo being a defensive back, and Shador being, of course, a quarterback. They went to, I believe, 2 title games at Jackson State. They didn't win one, but they went to 2 title games at the HBCU, which garnered some national, big-time college football attention, and what the highest level of college football is called Power 5. And so Power 5 schools started calling. And Deion could have went to Florida State. He could have went to he had a number of offers he could have went to. And he chose Colorado. Why Colorado? I don't know, because it's like the no man's land of college football. At least it was before Primetime arrived. Primetime got to Colorado, brought his son Shador with him to be the quarterback, and brought his other son Shilo to be a defensive back. And basically, he came in and told everybody that all the current players or whoever was there, like, listen, this is how it's gonna be. And if you don't like it, if you can't hack it, you might as well jump into the transfer portal now, because it's a new captain in town. And he led the team and Colorado football with a brashness and an ego unseen in college football. But Deion, he took over a team that won 1 game the season before he took it over. And I'm not saying he came in and just, won national championships and all that, but he turned the Colorado program around, and he made it a destination the athletes wanted to come to. So Shilo and Shador made a name for themselves at Colorado and entered the NFL draft. All the hype was behind Shador Sanders to go where is he going to go? Number 1, number 2, what was going on? There was a lot of misinformation and rumors started about Shador going into the draft, saying things like he has a bad attitude, or he's cocky, he's brash. It just a lot of things that one had nothing to do with football, but two was not consistent with what Shador was putting on in front of cameras. So the public would see Shador being very respectful, very mannerable, answering questions the right way, handling situations the right way. And then going into these NFL meetings, it would get out and say he wasn't prepared, or he didn't know the answer to questions, or he didn't represent himself the right way, and things like that. And that's unlike the Shador Sanders that we have seen since he was at Jackson State. And so draft night comes, he was projected to go at least in the top 5. He didn't get drafted until the 5th round of a 7-round draft, which is on day 3. Round 1 is on the first day of the draft. 2, 3, and 4, I think, is like second day pick, and then from round 5, 6, and 7th are the last day of the draft. So he was around. He was a day 3 pick, which was just nobody could imagine that happened. And it was a big deal because then the rumor started saying that the NFL kind of colluded to teach him a lesson or take some of the brashness off him by humbling him, by making him sit for 3 days and fall to the 5th round. Because they could imagine what he would have acted like if he went number 1 overall, which he was projected to do. So he gets drafted to the Browns.
You don't think that's what the issue was, though, bro? Like, you don't think that's what the issue was, man?
I feel
you don't really think that's what the NFL was trying to do? They were just trying to humble him?
I feel like that's exactly what it was. They were trying to, for all intents and purposes, break his spirit. And that, that's my personal opinion. Because the talent wasn't consistent with a 5th round pick. But, they said, and then this man is taking all kind of hits after getting drafted by the Browns. Like the owner of the Browns came out and said, I never wanted Shador.
Didn't he get pranked? Did he get pranked? Didn't they prank call him saying he made it or something to a certain team?
Yeah.
They played in his face. They was playing in his face. It
was actually, and because it was a tie to my favorite NFL team, the Falcons, and the team that drafted his father. We have a new defensive coordinator, Coach Ulbrich. His son prank called Shador the night of the draft. And that, like he was a team and said, he was about to get drafted. Later apologized, and Ulbrich had to pay, I think, $100,000. It was like 6 figures. It was something. But that's a whole nother conversation about what I would do to my kid if he made a prank phone call to cost me 6 figures. But so Shador's, had to endure all these people talking about him and everything and everybody. And the reason why he, as a 5th round pick, got all this media coverage and scrutiny was because of his last name. His name, Shilo Sanders. And then his brother, Shilo went undrafted. But so after the draft is over, a player can be picked up by any team in the NFL as a free agent. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers picked up Shilo as a free agent after the draft because he went undrafted. That made news, of course, because most free agents making a team is not newsworthy unless your last name is Sanders, of course. So the media followed Shilo as well to Tampa Bay because his last name was Sanders. That's Deion's son. And
I want to ask you something about that because I was just about to
go ahead, man.
Go into that. Do you think that just because his last name was Sanders, that it actually either hurt him more or did it help him? You know what I'm saying? Because the way these people were going about things now, in the natures of football, you haven't seen many people get into disputes and stuff like that on the
Man, it
field.
hurt him,
But
man.
okay. So I mean, of course,
Shit,
yeah, you know
it
what I'm
ain't nothing
saying.
but politics.
He
Listen here, man. It got
yeah,
shit to do with. It ain't
yeah,
got shit to do with skill set. It's all about them motherfuckers wanting to let it be known that when you come in the NFL is the person that make or break who you are. Because
right,
everybody knew when Deion came in that he really gave his sons the game. We knew we had a different level of expectation for the Sanders boys. But what I saw out this whole situation is nobody bigger than the NFL. They make or break whoever they want. They done took some sorry ass draft picks, and now they trying to make it seem like these boys got player potential. That shit is bullshit. So all I see is the
hey,
politics in this
New
shit.
York,
Even like if you look across the board with like different teams like the Cowboys that just traded off Michael Parsons. Think about just like
yeah,
what's going on in the NFL. Like when they do stuff like that, I really feel like they just trying to let everybody know, like, look here, man, they might be the face, but we still write the checks. So they just letting
yeah,
everybody know who the boss is. I don't give a fuck what they try to promote. Fuck that
right,
shit.
right,
Or could it be the situation of the sins of the father? You know how sometimes they try to punish the child for what the father did. So they already didn't like Dion because he was cocky and arrogant and good at what he did. So now they trying to humble him by going through his kids, by like taking it out on them.
And
yeah. You
Dion
know
has
that.
commented on
But
that
think about
before.
this,
Dion
Kandi.
has said, don't punish my seeds because you don't like the father.
Yeah.
Right.
Come at me if you got a problem with me. Leave my
Man.
kids alone. Let them do their thing.
Ain't nobody gonna do that.
That's
They ain't
exactly
gonna
what
do
they
that. Cause check this out. They hate on Dion, but Dion the one who put the damn flash in the NFL. The NFL at one time was boring. I guess we forget about this. You know what I'm saying? So if you really look at the logistics of the NFL, prime time put that glamour. Every NFL player you see now ain't nothing but a protege of what prime time brought to the game. Ain't
and
nothing but a break off mold of it. You
I
know what I'm
get
saying?
that.
So you
I get that.
can't deny this man. What up?
Yeah, but they still
Go
don't like
ahead.
him though. Them corporate people, the people. You know what I'm talking about? The people. They do not like him at all. The people
They
that can
just
make
don't
the
like what they
NFL
can't
go.
control, man.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
just
And if
don't
they
like what they can't control. That's all that is.
exactly,
If
and
he
if they
would be
can't,
one
Check
of
this
them
out.
yes men and jumping off the bandwagon, oh, he'll be straight, man. Cause like, take this out.
Oh,
Y'all saw
you gonna be
some
the
of the
face.
college game.
Yeah,
Did y'all see some of the college game? Did y'all get to see Archie Manning play? Little Archie?
yeah,
You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? I wonder
yeah.
how high he gonna get recruited. But let's go back to
Man,
the
you already know
conversation we at
it's
now.
the name.
You
It's the name.
understand? The
Yeah,
politics of it all. You get what I'm saying? So Dion came in because he act like he was gonna be able to break the mold of what football players was gonna be able to look like in the NFL. And them boys, no, man, you're not gonna come in and change the NFL's prototype of what they consider the marketing stamp of what they're trying to do. I don't give a damn
right.
how skill set or how fast you run or whatever you do or whatever you got coached from. It's a simple fact that they can make or break whoever they want because you're trying to go through the NFL. And that's all I see them doing. They just basically letting everybody know who running this shit.
Right.
Who
Right.
running.
Hey,
That's
check.
it.
I'm play that little piece that first of all the reason why Shilo got released from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I'm also gonna play something that his father said, and I want y'all to check this out.
Talking about, NFL is a tough business. And Shilo had, some bad. It's just have you talked to him and how was his spirit?
Most definitely. He's my son. I'm proud of my kids, all of them. kids for any and everything that could possibly happen in life and in sports. That's part of fathering, that's part of parenting, that's part of having a relationship. So he is mentally where he needs to be, physically where he needs to be. We're praying that he gets another opportunity to go with a team. But if he doesn't, the plans have already been put forward to what he's going to do next. So Shilo is a man of many talents. I don't know if you guys know, he's a man of many talents, and he's going to be straight. All the Sanders are going to be straight, with or without football. You better believe that. You better believe that. I take care of mine, and I've always have, and y'all know what I mean. You better believe that.
You heard it from him. Yeah, you heard it from the man. Yeah. So, yeah. And, you know, basically everybody see, you know, what been going on, and even back to with Shador, you know, how he got drafted and everything. But it's no secret. You get what I'm saying? And I really feel that just because some of the things that Dion put out there, they basically was trying to throw that back in his face by what they did with his sons. And at the end of the day, this man, he know what it is. He know how he taught his kids. And at the end of the day, he said it himself. They don't need that shit if they don't have to do that shit if they don't want to. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of having other things to go into. That's the purpose of having that education. You can maneuver and go other places and do other things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that goes to a bigger picture of what you know we need to teach. You know, all our young athletes. You know, it's like they want to. Everybody dreams big of playing a sport and, you know, making it to a professional level. But if that dream is not necessarily your path to take, what's the fallback? And you know, so getting that education, getting something to fall back on. Everybody doesn't have a Deion Sanders father at the house with, you know, sitting on $40-50 million. So, you know,
Right.
so it's like a lot of not just, and Shilo Sanders being cut by the Bucs as an undrafted free agent, odds are that was going to happen. If you're an undrafted free agent, odds are you're going to have to fight like hell to get a spot on the team, because the percentages are that undrafted free agents get cut. Every team pick a 53-man roster to go into the season with. A lot of those players are first, second, third rounders. You go through 7 rounds, and then you get your undrafted free agents, and then you get your professional free agents that you brought in. There's only so much room on the roster. So most free agents got cut. Not just Shilo. Shilo got the news, and we heard about him getting cut because his name is Shilo Sanders. But thousands of brothers got cut, and they headed back home. And not all of them have a Deion Sanders father that they're going back home to. So what's their plan? You know what I'm saying? There's thousands of brothers that got cut from NFL teams. But that happens in basketball, that happens in baseball, that happens in every professional sport where people get cut, and you got to pivot. Tom Brady once said, you know, Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick, I think. But, you know, arguably the greatest quarterback to ever play football, Tom Brady, after not getting drafted the first 2 days of the draft, going into the 3rd day, he started walking down the street crying. And his dad started walking with him. And he was talking to his dad about, man, I'm going to have to go and be an insurance agent. Like, I'm going to have to find a job. I got to start thinking about what's next. And he started crying, realizing that his football dream was probably over if they didn't call his name. And luckily, the Patriots called his name, and the legend of Tom Brady went on to become what it was. But it's a lot of undrafted free agents and people who don't hear their name called, they got to pivot and go find something else to do. So it's good that Shilo has the support of his father, and they got the means and the capabilities that they have. But it's countless other brothers that got cut last week that's at home filling out job applications, and they're gonna be working in Walmart warehouse or Sam's warehouse or selling insurance or
So
pull,
do,
pulling up to a
do
regular
y'all think
job.
he? I'm sorry. Do you think he had the talent? I mean, was he cut because he's
Oh
Deion
yeah.
Sanders' son, or
Now
was he cut because he really just he just don't cut it for the
the
team, right?
thing
No, it
the thing
wasn't
about it
that.
was
It wasn't that. It wasn't that. The
So
politics of it all, Candy. The politics of it all, Candyland. And Dion stepped on it. And all people who run that chance of wanting to be a professional athlete need to have a backup plan. I guarantee
Right.
when he
Mhm.
was coaching them boys in college, he was telling them, you know what, this right here is a short-lived dream. So a lot of times when you see situations like that, it's always a lesson to be learned. And it goes into the politics of how life is. Even if a situation presents itself and a title is removed from you, it shouldn't break down your character. You should be able to still step forward and step in no matter what you're trying to do. Like I tell my sons all the time, your work ethic belongs to you. So it don't matter which way you go with it. So if you walk in with it, you walk out with it. It don't matter if they give you the job or not. Your work ethic belongs to you. A lot of times people ain't gonna give you something just because of the way the chips fall. Yeah,
so was he
yeah,
good?
we know that
Was
he
he
was
any good?
undrafted.
Was he
Yeah,
any
yeah. I
good?
mean, guess what?
That's what I'm
You
asking.
don't think
Like,
his
was he
father was able to train him to the level of being able to be an athlete that can make the cut? You got to see who his
second?
daddy is. His daddy is a Hall
Yeah,
of Fame player. So
yeah,
he
I
would
know
be
who
able to
Dion is.
coach him. He'll be able
Yeah,
to
I know.
coach him in a way that a person that going out there that's just trying to use natural talent or trying to take on coach,
Right.
he'll be able to give him tricks of the trade that a person wouldn't give the regular person. It's like if your dad worked for NASDAQ and he gave you some insider trade. That's how you can look at that. Like his
So
daddy
now,
would be able to
so
give him some
again,
insider trades to the game.
so
What's up?
I'm asking you your
Go ahead.
opinion. You feel like Shiloh was good? I know who his daddy is, and I know his
Yeah,
daddy
he
probably
was good.
stuff.
He was
Was
good
he
enough to make the
good?
team. But like Will Serious say, it was just because of what happened. He was good enough to make the team. I guarantee it was a person that was on the team that probably could have took a walk, and other athletes knew that too. Like
Do you
it's the
feel like it
nature
was
of
a
the
setup?
business.
Do you
I
feel like
don't
it was
Yeah,
a
it's a
setup?
business. It's a business. It's a business.
I don't know.
You
I
got to
feel
look at it
like
foremost and all. They want to put in check that, look here, Deion Sanders, yes, you have a name and all this, but you are no bigger than the NFL. Look at the NFL, the way they do players. If you come in like
Right.
any NFL player that came in, that they just erase and they just don't even put on the books no more. They want everybody to understand this organization, no player is bigger than this organization. Go ahead. I'm
So
listening.
is he collateral damage? Like I said, sins of the father. Are they punishing him by cutting him like that because of who his father is? Like, is it collateral damage?
At the
I,
same time, that's a two-way street because he should have knew to have patience. Like, come on, man, you know they gonna try to get you for any little thing you do. He the Sanders boy that look like he don't give a fuck. That's all
You
that
probably,
is.
yeah.
I
I
think
was gonna
Dion
say,
kind
I
of
don't
know
think
his
he did.
sons well enough because Shadur look like he a little bit more laid back. Like he'll take a little bit more before something shatter him off. Little Charlotte don't look like it take too much to goddamn get him jumping off. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of was like set up to his character to get put in a situation where they knew they could have probably tripped him up. Yeah.
Well, what you think, Will? Do you think because we got Kleen. Kleen already said what Kleen said. So,
mm,
Will, what you think? You think it's a setup? Do you think it's a setup? Do you think it's collateral damage? Do you think it's because of who his father is, sins of the father, or is it just some African? Is it some racial? I mean, like, what you think?
I don't.
Uh
I don't
oh.
believe. I don't believe it was a setup. I believe Shador dropping to the fifth round was orchestrated. I believe the foolishness that was put out there about Shador was orchestrated. Now with Shiloh,
Yeah.
I believe the Bucks brought Shiloh in because his last name is Sanders, and they believe that there is some
Yeah.
talent there. Shiloh is a talented football player, but you don't make it to the NFL if you're not talented. Now,
Right.
it's a lot of other talented brothers that, yeah, they got a leg up on Shiloh, but normally with most undrafted free agents, they're a project. They need a year or two of NFL coaching, NFL training, being in the system, learning the plays to develop into the type of player that they will ultimately become. Kurt Warner, one of the greatest quarterbacks to play football, he ran the Showtime on Turf. St. Louis Rams led them to the Super Bowl. Kurt Warner bounced around the league, played in Canada, did all kind of foolishness before he actually caught on to an NFL team. So there are some athletes that take the long way around. With Shador had enough talent to be in the NFL. I don't believe Shador's NFL dreams are over completely at this point. He might catch on with another team.
He went to Steelers now, ain't he? Didn't he get Shilo, right? Didn't he get picked up by
I
the
meant
Steelers?
Shilo. Yeah, I don't know. He might have, but I figured a lot of free agents after they get cut, or a lot of players after they get cut, other teams will come by and pick them up. Now, if Shilo got picked up by the Steelers, that would be ideal. One, because Mike Tomlin, one of two African American coaches in the league. One is in Pittsburgh, and the other one's in Atlanta. But Mike Tomlin, who is really good friends with Deion Sanders, it would be a great, great coach and mentor to a Shilo. Somebody that he can put him on the back of the bench, let him learn for a couple of years. And then, year 3, year 4 of his career, other teams will start hating the fact, or Tampa Bay will start hating the fact that they cut him. And other teams will start hating the fact that they didn't pick him up. But I don't believe Shilo was a setup. And Shilo, when Robbie showed that video, that was my first time actually seeing that altercation. He got hit first.
That's what I said. Yeah. Yep, I agree. That's what I said. I kept saying, I was like, it looked like homeboy was at him. The other player was at him. He was down behind him, like yanking on him, and he was at him.
He was. So yeah, that was, and it looked like he had got burnt on the touchdown earlier. His teammate was like, "Hey man, what you doing?" And then later in the game, you got this fool taking a swing at me. So that was a lot of frustration because I watched Shilo when he was at Colorado, and I done watched videos like when he walked into his very first, and y'all look this up on YouTube, his very first press conference after getting picked up by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and went through and shook every reporter's hand in the room and introduced himself. How you doing? Thank you for covering me. I'm Shilo Sanders. You don't get that, I mean, that's a lot of media savvy and training there from his father, but that, that type of dude he is. He was volunteering his time at like a local Popeyes or something, working in the kitchen with just working that celebrity status thing he got going on. And a brother came through the drive-thru with a Shilo Sanders Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey on. And he leaned out the window and signed the jersey for the brother because he was so excited to see somebody with his jersey on. And so
that's going to be a collector's item now.
Yeah, like Shilo, he a good kid. He got frustrated.
You better sell it. Get some money.
I think if Tampa Bay had some room, they might have would have kept. But he definitely has NFL talent. He might not be a starter right now, but I would have loved. When I heard he got cut by Tampa Bay, I was thinking in my head, man, I hope Atlanta pick him up because everybody know how much I love the Falcons. So,
what you think, DJ?
Robi Keit.
Robi Keit.
What's up?
What you think?
To be honest with you, it's just like I say, it's politics and everything for me, and even after, the little incident took place on the field, I just think all of it to me was just like a setup from his brother Shilo to him. It's just the league basically saying you're not bigger than the league, and I agree with Kleen on that. And that's just where I sit with it. Because I think they was looking for any and everything just to throw some dirt on that Sanders name and get him the hell out there.
Yeah.
So that's just that's me personally. But I want to change. Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say Deion not only taught this to his sons, but all his players at Colorado. Like, look, I'm not just training you guys to be good at football. I'm training you to be good at life.
Yeah.
Because Deion said the majority of you in this room won't make it to the NFL. That's just the bottom line. He had 100 players in that locker room. 4 got drafted: Shador, Travis Hunter, and 2 other wide receivers. Jimmy Horn Jr., who he's the son of an NFL player, and another wide receiver named Johnson Wester got drafted. So it's like 4 out of 100 made it to the NFL. Now the rest of them gonna have to work that degree. I find something to do, because I'm sure somebody more than that 4 had NFL dreams. Shilo being one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to train these young brothers and sisters to not just be good at a sport or something like that. Be good at life. Be good people,
Right.
and be somebody that has multiple talents. And not just having multiple talents, because you could be talented as all hell and don't nobody want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? So we all don't work with people that got talent, but don't nobody want to work with them because, for all intents and purposes, they're an asshole. So be good people, be good human beings, be good citizens of the world, and then learn the skill and trade after teaching your young people how to be just a good person and good at life. You know, it's like I don't care much about what they say about my job performance and my career after I'm gone. All I want them to say is Will was a good brother. Like, that was good people to be around. I like being around that brother. You know what I'm saying? And you start there and work your way backwards. And that's what Dion was doing in this locker room. I want y'all to be good people first. Y'all could be good football players second, but I want you to be better people, and I want you to be better professionals at whatever you decide to do. Because if I teach you to be a good person, you're going to be good at whatever you do. Whether you go and you become an accountant, whether you become a teacher, whether you become a car salesman, if you're a good person, you're going to be successful in whatever you decide to do, because people are going to want you on their team. They're going to want you around. They're going to want you in that, they want you in that environment. And so that's what Dion's trying to train his kids to do. So that's why the brother confident saying, my kid's going to be all right, because I done raised good people. We don't need football. We don't need whatever, because I got good people going out there. They're going to be successful in whatever they do.
Right. And I want to touch on that too, Will. One of the questions I want to ask is, we talk about a lot of these young athletes that come into the game or whatever, no matter what sports that they're playing. Do you feel that the money play a significant role on basically the rise or downfall of some of the younger athletes that's coming in the game?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, but
Yes,
money can change the way somebody acts, especially for somebody who never had any money. But money also opens up a number of things to you that you might not have the choice if you didn't have money. So if
No.
it also enhances a lot of what you are. So if you an asshole before you get money, when you get money, you just gonna be a bigger asshole. But now you got money to back that up. But if
But
you go ahead.
no, I was speaking too about the fact of like the fact of them investing into things that's going to better their future or even their children down the line, because you got some people like you're saying too, they could be an asshole, and a lot of people, we've seen this with athletes in the past. They'll make all those millions of dollars and blow that shit, you know what I'm saying, and then be broke later on. So, going back to what I was saying, do you feel that can actually derail some of these younger cats that's coming out? And I'm saying this because with a father like Coach Prime, you get what I'm saying? He already done been around the league. He done seen all the tricks and trades and stuff like that, and even to the fact of being financially stable and investing. Some of these young cats that's coming into the NFL and some of the other sports or whatever, they don't have that Coach Prime or those type of parents that actually push them to be like, yo, you make this now, you need to make sure you invest into this, that. So, that's basically kind of what I'm saying. Like, do you think that's actually something that's more of a help to the people, to the young ones nowadays, or a hinder?
I think athletes going broke, professional athletes going broke after leaving the sport is more prevalent than athletes maintaining their level of riches. Um, Look at brother Adrian Peterson, one of the greatest running backs ever. He just filed for bankruptcy. I think he being sued for like $50 million or something. Um, but a lot of that is because, like I said, individuals that come from not having money to having more than enough money, more money than they could ever imagine, very often lose that money very quickly because you set up a lifestyle and you start doing and buying things that, because you're thinking, you're of the mindset that this money is never going to stop. Adrian Peterson threw a birthday party. He flew in everybody, put them up first class.
Waste of
Flew them
money.
in first class. You know what I'm saying? Like for a birthday party. And I gotta look it up to get the numbers. While we talking, I'm doing research. Studies show that 60 to 80% of athletes struggle financially after retirement. 60 to 80%. That's more than half. And that's just because you take a 22, 23-year-old kid, give them $30 million and tell them, now all I need you to do is show up and play football. And they like, cool, I can do that. They show up, play football, got $30 million. But what they don't say is most NFL careers only last 3 to 4 years. A lot of those athletes don't make it to a second contract. So that $30 million at 22, 23 years old got to last you the rest of your life. Now, if you take that $30 million because you think this money is nonstop and you go and buy a $10 million mansion and you buy a Bugatti and you buy your mama a house and you put your people up and you got, you
Like a
buy your
Travis
girl.
Hunter.
Yeah, Travis Hunter ran out. You know what I'm saying? But but see, Travis, I guarantee you, Travis will make it to a second contract. But what about the other brothers on Jacksonville team that don't make it to a second contract? You know what I'm saying? And these student athletes are a little bit different because of NIL. They come out of college with money. Travis probably went into the NFL already being a millionaire, so he probably had $20 million in the bank going into the NFL. So the type of money these kids are seeing is different. But along with that, and a lot of NFL teams put resources in this and bringing in people to teach them about financial literacy and being financially responsible.
Well, ain't Travis Hunter filing bankruptcy?
Who?
Travis Hunter.
No,
No,
I
no,
haven't heard of
no.
Travis Hunter. Travis
Which
Hunter
one?
just got drafted.
Yeah, the one that okay. So I seen that the one that just got married and his wife, the one that's taking him for all of that. She divorcing
Not.
him.
No,
That's
no, no.
that's it's from Miami. What's the brother name? Wide receiver from Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Because it says right here, Travis Hunter bankrupt after wife's $40 million divorce.
No, what's the source on that?
Yeah.
Stephen A. Stephen A. exposes Travis Hunter for going bankrupt. Yeah, that's well, I don't know. It's all over social media. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it's all over social media. And Stephen A. been running his mouth about it too.
No, Travis
No,
Hunter and his wife just welcomed the baby boy, their first child, into the world.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what's
but
my man name?
is she calling for divorce?
No, she knows. That's just a rumor.
All of that's a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I thank
It
y'all
was,
for clearing. Thank y'all for clearing that up.
I think the situation that been going on is about Tyreek Hill. If I know that because I know his
Now
I
Tyreek
guess his
got
ex-wife.
138 kids.
Yeah. So I think that's more so what been kind of going on with that was the little situation with him because I know supposed to be some type of settlement or something like that. He's supposed to be given to his wife. I don't have all the information on that, but definitely can research that as well. But yeah, I think
Okay.
that's what that was.
Okay. Well, thank you very
But
much for clearing that up because that is all over social media about him and her, about her filing for divorce and taking him for 40 million, and he's now going bankrupt because of that.
But hey, that's another thing these brothers got to look out for, man. These gold digging is real.
Yeah, it
And
is.
yep,
as a matter of fact, Dion, speaking of Sanders, Dion Sanders brought in Instagram model, quote unquote Instagram model, to talk to his players about how she
right,
identify a quick lick and go in and get the money that she want and get the things that she want just by looking good. So, Dion trying to prepare his team for whatever may come their way. And he knows the pitfalls of being a professional athlete. He knows
Right.
how you
right,
could go broke and the things that can happen that can make you make some not financially sound decisions
Okay.
because it's but I mean that's not just with professional that's people in general because look at how many people win the lotto and 10 years later they broke. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
Or
it's
dead.
it's insane like how when you give somebody that never had anything something, it's hard for them to hold on to that something without the proper coaching, training, and people that know how money works.
So can
And
I ask you this? I'm
yeah,
sorry. So let me ask you. So do we see that more in the African American athletes, or because the Caucasian athletes, you don't really see that too much about them just signing and going bankrupt like that, or signing and going broke so fast and doing all of that stuff. It's way after
yeah,
that they do that stuff. Like Brett, what was his name? Brett Favre was doing. Wasn't he doing like food stamp fraud or something like that? But that was
right.
way after his career, you know, or whatever. So we don't really hear that with the other nationalities, the other, ethnicities, um, in sports. We do hear a lot of it though with our people in there. It's like they sign. As soon as they sign, they want to buy 5 cars and the biggest mansions and the flashiest clothes and chains and buying their whole, bringing their squad, their entourage, and all of that stuff. So, is
right.
that more of a black thing, or is this, do we see that often in other,
I don't. I can't
other
say that
areas
we.
as well?
I can't say that we see it often. I mean, I don't know the numbers enough behind it to make a definitive statement, but we do we do know that a lot of high profile athletes, especially in NFL and NBA, are African American.
That's true.
There's a lot of a lot of athletes that go broke. We hear about Adrian Peterson because he was Adrian Peterson, one of the greatest
Right.
running backs to ever play football. Peyton Manning, we don't hear about him going broke because Peyton Manning is the son of Archie Manning. Archie Manning was an NFL quarterback. So Peyton
Mm-hmm.
Manning came from money and he came from individuals that could coach him and teach him how to manage his money. Arch
Mm-hmm.
Manning, who Kleen was just talking about a few minutes ago, who played yesterday in the college football game, has a lot of money now because of his NIL stuff while playing at the University of Texas. But he
Mm-hmm.
Right.
has his uncle Peyton Manning, his uncle Eli Manning, his grandfather Archie Manning. He has all of them who have money who can teach him, look, this is where you put your money. This is how you invest.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you let your money go and make money for you while you playing the game. So it's just like it's hard for like money and financial literacy is real. And
Right.
individuals that get money and don't understand, you don't go and spend all of that money. You put that money back out there to make money for you. You let your
Right.
money go work for you. and then you live off that money. That money that the money is making for you and send it back. You live off that money. You live off, put money in the savings account, put some money somewhere to make some money for you, and live off the interest, but never touching the principal balance that you put there. I mean, it's simple things. People invest in real estate, invest in this, start a business, start a restaurant, do something that's going to bring in some money for you instead of just going and spending money and boom, it's gone. I go and buy 40 cars. None of them cars is bringing me back any money. I go and buy a house. Now, unless I'm going to live in that house and then buy another house and move out and rent that one out and let that one generate some residual income for me, it's like, and live within your means. If it's just you or just you and your significant other or whoever, you don't need 38 bedrooms. Go get you
some people feel they do though.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I got 38 bedrooms, an 18-car garage. I got a pool in the back. I got a movie theater, a bowling alley in the house. It's like, for what? If you want to
goes back, and that goes back to what I'm saying about, how, some, especially with some of the younger generation, how they manage money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't have that financial IQ to go and invest, put back, saying it wrong, but invest and save for, say you got children, stuff like that. A lot of them don't believe in that. Some people just live for the moment, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of was some of the downfall, especially within our culture with a lot of things. Like you said, Will, a lot of times you on hear, certain ethnicities where they go bankrupt and stuff like that till down the line. But I think with our culture, we got to do better, man. We got to get that knowledge on. Look, let's invest into this right here so it can be way beneficial later. You know what I'm saying? Instead of buying all these cars and all that shit there. Get what you like, but at the end of the day, too, I look at it like this here. When you're dead and gone, none of that shit going with you.
That's right.
None of it going with you.
Thank y'all for checking us out. Tune in live, Ignition 843 The Wire. We on here every week. Come check us out, y'all. Peace.